have a super fun experiment to show you. Let me just grab one thing really quick. Alrighty. For this, parental supervision is advised for children, I'd say under the age of 10 years old, but you might want to get checked with your parents either way, whether you're over the age and especially if you're under the age. So first I'm going to show you what we're going to be needing, and then we'll get into it. So you're going to need dish soap, which unfortunately I don't have Dawn with me, but that's the top recommended brand for this experiment. You're going to need salt, 91% isopropyl alcohol. So that's the best one. Isopropyl alcohol, 91% will work the best out of all of the other ones. A glass, and you're going to need water, which I already have water in it. A coffee filter, something to filter it into. It's not coffee. I'm just using a coffee cup. And something to store your alcohol in. Some type of mixing utensil. I'm just using a small little fork, which I'm also going to use as a dropper. If you have a pipette, that'd be perfect, but I don't. A bag, little baggie, is perfect. A knife to cut your fruit or vegetable. You can do this with meat or anything like that. We're extracting DNA. So I'm using kiwi today, which I'm not using whole kiwi, so don't worry, it's not going to waste. I'm eating the other half of it. Actually, fourth of it, because I'm not going to use that much. You might also want something for the surface, which, sorry, my paper towel's right here. So, you want to cut your fruit and use as little as possible because you don't want to waste. And I know I keep saying fruit, so I'm going to take the smaller half because I can eat that later. Just set that aside. So that's the first thing, is you want to have your fruit ready. Okay, so next you want to get ready your alcohol for later. So just take a little cup, make sure that it's okay with your parents. Just kind of guesstimate how much you need. So just, it's not a huge deal if you, because that need to be proper measurements. So I just put in about that much. That was probably kind of a lot, but you don't need that much. And you want to put this in your fridge, which mine's way over here, just to sit while you're getting up to that, because it's best for it to be chilled. And actually, I've seen it both ways, where it works better when it's not chilled, and I've seen it where it works better when it is chilled. So it all kind of depends. You can make that choice. The next thing you want to do is you want to take your, nope, just kidding. We have to make the solution. So right now we're making buffer solution. So here's my glass of water, and you're going to add your dish soap. And the reason that you're adding dish soap is because think about if you get like oil on your hands, like when you're cooking, water won't just wash it off because they have separate properties. So what dish soap does is it helps break that down. The salt is just to kind of help with the process. So to get the fullest fibs out, because the DNA is inside of like all the different parts of a cell. So we have to break those up. So then of course you add your salt. So this is salt water dish soap right now. And again, I'm just kind of guesstimating how much to put in. It worked. I tried it first because I've only ever done this at school. I tried it first with a orange, and that worked super well. And it was super cool. I should have saved the DNA. It's super cool. So you just want to stir it up. And again, so I'm going to add a little more dish soap because that's your main ingredient. The water is just so that you're not using like a ton of dish soap, and because like water and dish soap go good together. Then you want to check to make sure that most of your salt is dissolved. I'm going to add actually a little more salt. I kind of added a lot last time, but that's really also what makes it work, so it's necessary. So we're just going to keep stirring that. And if you have a rubber band, that's great. I don't, so I'm just going to have to hold this. But one thing that you really want to make sure doesn't happen is that once you start the filtration process, you need to make sure that this filter doesn't fall in. Because if it does, you're going to have to start all over. If I fail, I'm just going to fix it. But I'm just letting you know that's really not what you want. So just kind of make sure that most of it's dissolved and set that aside. Next, you want to take your baggie and you want to put your item inside your baggie and you want to mash it for 1 minute. So with nothing else in the bag except this, just you want to start by, if it's a harder fruit like kiwi, you want to start by breaking it, like kind of just breaking it down a little bit like that, getting it to loosen up. And then just kind of use the palm of your hand and not too hard, just kind of mash it for about a minute. Like with the orange, it was really hard because you have to really break it down from that skin. Whereas with a strawberry or a raspberry or blackberry, it's going to be a lot more simple. So right now I'm just mashing it. I'm looking at the timer on this video. Actually, I'm making this directly on YouTube, which I know is like super poor editing, but my iMovie is not working. So you're gonna just have to sit with me through the process. We can do it together, have a conversation. What's your favorite color? Wow, that's a great color. Yeah, mine's purple. I don't know. If you're following along with me, I think that it's cool because then you don't have to pause the video. You can just keep watching with me. And it doesn't have to be exactly a minute, like if you forget to set a timer or whatever, or it's fine. So that's probably good for now. So now that it's all like mashed up, you want to take this out of your filtration. So take whatever you were using to stir it out and just rinse it for later if it's a small object like mine. If it's a larger object, you won't be able to use it later. So now you want to take your buffer solution, which is the dish soap water and salt that we set aside, and pour it in here. So it should look like that. That was kind of a lot. I don't recommend putting in as much as I did, but it's probably still gonna work just fine. And then we're gonna be mashing this kiwi for another 2 minutes. So let's just do that really quick. So you're just kind of mashing it all up and getting those fluids to really break down. You want like your cell membrane to break down, and you want all those different things to just break down so that you can really get the DNA extracted from the rest of it for now. And when we're really gonna see it, so DNA, you can't see exactly what it looks like without a microscope. But a fly just hit the window. But this is gonna look pretty cool, in my opinion, since I've already done this twice. I did it once at school with a strawberry, which is why I just called this a strawberry. And I just did it with that orange not that long ago. Alrighty, not quite there yet. So yes, this process does take kind of a long time, but you really just have to let that solution get into it, break it down. There's one more long part about this where you have to wait for it to go through the filtration process, which takes kind of a while, but it depends really a lot on you. Yeah, so I was kind of nervous with the orange, and I'm more nervous with the kiwi because kiwi, it's just so different from all the other fruits. It's kind of weird. It's got that weird like flavor where it like makes your mouth hurt, but it tastes so good at the same time. I don't know. All right, we're almost there. 5 more seconds-ish. Alrighty. So now that that's good, your bag will probably be a bit foamy from the dish soap and water. But now you want to get this, and again, strongly recommend a rubber band. So make sure that there's a bit of a dip in it. It's not just like flat across the top, because that's not going to work. You want to have a little bit of a dip. And again, this is very difficult for me because I don't have a rubber band. And then you want to put the rubber band around this so that you don't have to hold it for the entire filtration process, like I do. So I have to hold the edges of this and just pour your solution in. You really want to start with a little bit at a time and then come back and add more. Wow, my A was weird there. So as you can see, it's filtering down to the bottom right now. And again, at absolute, like the most important thing is that this bag does not fall in. That filter that I just let go of. Don't let go. Get a parent to help you pour this in if you don't have a rubber band. Because I just let go and it was not a good idea. I mean, it was fine, but you can't always guarantee that it's just going to be like, oh, well, it's fine. So what was the worry? Because there is a true chance that you could ruin your experiment from doing what I have just done 20 seconds ago. And I can see that you might be doubting this whole you have to hold it for the whole process. Because the person who told you that didn't hold it for the whole process. You even want to get like the gutty parts of it. Like, everything should be out of this bag except for the bubbles. You don't have to get the bubbles out. So just let this sit until you think that you have enough for your experiment. That's actually probably enough. I just wanted to show you that you have to get everything. Oh, I just spilled it down the side. Crap. In there. Now here's going to come the tricky part. So I'm going to have to leave for a moment because when I grab this, I don't have a trash can near me, so I have to walk around the corner. But what you're going to do is you're going to take the rubber band off if you're using a rubber band. If you're not using a rubber band, this is way more risky. Fold the coffee filter as fast as you can, like so. And there's going to be a bit of like dripping. Put it on the bag. Grab the bag. Take it to the trash. Your hand at this point may be a bit sticky. And you can set everything off to the side. Now, all you need right now is this. So as you can see, I have filtered it. There's no strings, guts, nothing really in there except what looks like juice and soap. Smells like soap. So now you can get your isopropyl alcohol out of the fridge. If you put it in the fridge, which again, strongly recommended, not necessary. So here it is. Don't touch this part because that'll warm it up. So I just touched it. But hold it from the top. And take this and do not pour it. So your goal is to not touch the edges of this. So this is where you might need a pipette. Don't touch the edges of this bottle. I don't have a pipette. I'm using a fork to drip it in. Actually, I'm going to grab a spoon this time because last time the fork was not great. And I think this spoon will be small enough. So I'm just going to use a spoon. You're going to grab some of the solution and pour it in. Again, definitely trying not to touch the edges of the glass with the alcohol. And if you accidentally do, it's not going to ruin the whole thing, but it will not turn out as well. I'm just adding this in right now. And you'll see the DNA start to grow. So for now, I left some extra to show you how cool it is if you redo this. So, oh, you can see worse from there. So sorry, I'm getting down here because I want to see it too. So, as you may be able to tell, there's stuff starting to form on the bottom. I'm just going to grab my phone and get a close-up here, if you can see that. And then I'm going to come to the side. So, right here you see some like fuzzy looking stuff growing from the bottom. That is the DNA rising up above the alcohol. How cool is that? So now I'm just gonna put my phone back. Sorry, this is like kind of cringy because like literally don't have my iMovie. Now I'm just gonna add some more, and it's not gonna ruin the DNA to add more. Also, for the alcohol, you want to use a small glass. Because a large glass, like what I use for the buffer solution is not going to turn out as well. The best thing to use is a test tube, but I'm not super sciencey where I own one of those. So at this moment, a ton of DNA is growing on the bottom. You can see it, it's almost all the way up to the top. It's super, super cool. And that is extracting the DNA from a kiwi. Oh, sorry I said it like that. Oh, I dropped my phone. It's just so cool. I think that the way how you can just use common household items to do this is insane. I just keep on adding more. And after I add all of this, because I'm sorry, you might get bored because I'm not going to, so just skip to the end. I'm going to pull out the DNA to show you what it looks like. If you pull it out, right, it kind of looks like a jellyfish is what I've always compared it to. Don't do what I accidentally just did. Okay, that's probably enough. So you definitely want to wash all of this because you don't want like your actual food or anything to get like dirty with that, because that's like not good if that happens. I spilled some. And if you see, I got some soap on the counter, so just this, everything that you use, just wash it. So at this moment, that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna twirl it. The DNA has risen off the bottom. And now I'm going to attempt to pull some out. So how I'm going to do this is wash your hands for sure if you're touching this alcohol. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into my hand over the sink over here and grab the DNA. Usually it's in kind of like a clump. So I lost the clump. It went down the drain. So we're just gonna let that form some DNA and then use that. Dad, if you're watching this, please don't be mad at me. I dropped some Kiwi DNA down your drain. Also, my hand smells like alcohol and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, it kind of doesn't work once you lose basically all of the alcohol, but I can see if there's even a clump. Okay, yeah, so because I lost the clump, there actually is not another one. Whoops. Whoops-a-dippity. But that's basically how you do it. So you saw the DNA for me. I didn't get a chance to pull it out because I'm an idiot. But yeah, so I just want to say thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share this video if you want to show your friends how to extract the DNA from something. And honestly, I would have waited a lot longer to try to pull out the DNA. I just wanted to show you because it's very slippery. And mine was actually not in that much of a clump. It was a little clump, but it was a lot of strands. So I just be careful and just try to go a little bit slower than I did. Slow down when you do it. But I think this was super cool. Don't know what you think when I first did this. So yeah, give it a like if you thought it was cool. Comment what I should extract the DNA from next. I wonder if you could extract the DNA from meat. Like, how cool would that be? So I have to go clean up. Sad face. But I want to thank you so much for watching, and I just want you to have an amazing day, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful afternoon, whatever time of day it is. Have a wonderful morning, have a good day at school. I don't know when you're watching this. Hope you had a good day at school. I don't know. I'm just going on and on now. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you try this. And if you do, tag me on YouTube or Instagram. I'm not going to follow you back, but it's swimmer_girl with an E at the end of girl. Inside joke. Bye.